card was full of all different type of shit. It was full of all different things. There is a vlog, fight night vlog coming soon, which I did for one of the other ones. It might have been the Survivor Tag main event or something like that, but I know that I did a vlog night thing, so that's going to be coming soon with me, Shane Sohill. But to go over the event, where do we start? We got the prelims. We got DDG versus SX. DDG finishes SX. Then we got Astrogwet versus Alexia Grace, which Astrogwet won. It's not shocking. I don't feel like many people were invested in that fight with the whole build-up last time and then her going through the table and then it being cancelled. But I feel like we all knew Astrogwet was going to win. But to be fair to Alexia Grace, I think Astrogwet won every round, 3-0. But at least Alexia Grace came to fight for most of it. Now, I didn't watch all of it because I was doing things, but Alexia Grace came, and she didn't just stand there, she didn't just clinch, she threw too, you know what I mean? She came to fight, so respect to her, but obviously she beat her. Then there was Chase Demore versus Temple Arts for the heavyweight title. Now, this one, I don't actually know if I called it right. Chase Demore, Temple Arts, obviously, he won. So he's now the heavyweight champ. I'm very happy about that because I do love Temple Arts. Although, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it was the right call because when I was watching it, when me and my mate Shay were watching it, we had Chase Demore winning. And I don't think it was a great fight by any means personally. Temple Arts got really fatigued and Chase Demore was just doing Chase Demore things, not like boom, boom, more like that's what he was doing. So it was Chase Demore for Temple Arts. Temple Arts fatigued. Chase Demore was throwing like Chase Demore does. I don't think it was a great fight, but I enjoyed it though at the same time. But I feel like Chase Demore won personally. So although I like Temple Arts, and I don't even mind they made the wrong call because I do like Temple Arts, I do think it was the wrong call personally. But I don't know. Maybe if I rewatch the fight, I'll think differently. But I do think it was the wrong call. Moving on to the one that really shocked me, the last one on the prelims. Swarms versus Ed Matthews. Now, obviously, it was supposed to be Swarms versus Rand Taylor, but Rand Taylor got arrested literally like 2 days before the fight. Of course, that's such a Rand Taylor thing to do. But then Swarms fought Ed Matthews. And when Ed Matthews stepped in, I'm not going to lie, I had Rand Taylor beating Swarms. When Ed Matthews stepped in, I thought to myself, right, Swarms has got this. I really give Ed Matthews no shot. But Ed Matthews, he just came in swinging and he caught Swarms. And Swarms went right down. And another thing that happened is, I think, because I know Swarms suffered an ankle injury, I think as Swarms twisted on the way down, he landed on his ankle and hurt his ankle, so he couldn't continue. Although, despite him hurting his ankle, Ed Matthews still landed that shot and put Swarms down. So whether you like Ed Matthews or not, and I'm not personally a fan of him, fair play, he landed a clean shot on Swarms that Swarms didn't expect, I didn't expect, you didn't expect. I don't even think Ed Matthews expected it. I think whenever he hit him, that's why he was so excited around the rounds. He's like, oh shit, I just did that. I don't think anybody expected it, but he knocked out Swarms. So that was the prelims. That was very shocking. It's a shame, but I hope Swarms can come back and redeem himself. Then we move on to the main card and start off with the tag team. Alex Wasabi and Nick Lamal versus B. Dave and the GOAT, Pineda. This one was actually a really entertaining one. I actually really enjoyed this tag team match. This was probably my favourite tag team match. No, 100% it was, because it was the most competitive one. Alex Wasabi was the star of that fight. And I know a lot of people who are KSI fans. I'm a KSI fan too. But a lot of KSI fans hate Alex Wasabi because KSI hates Alex Wasabi and he pulled out against KSI and all this and that. So, I get it. You might hate Alex Wasabi, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. He was the star of that fight. Man dropped Pineda. Alex Wasabi dropped Pineda. And Pineda tagged out. And then Pineda wanted smoke. And Alex Wasabi gave him the smoke back again. B-Dave did B-Dave. You thought you were going to have a boxing match? Hell no. When B-Dave steps in, you get in a scrap. And he scrapped. I think he scored a knockdown, Alex Wasabi. Although I don't know if it was a knockdown. I don't know if it hurt Alex Wasabi. He connected and Alex Wasabi fell, but I think Alex Wasabi more tripped over his foot, but it's still a knockdown because B-Dave connected and he fell. So technically, Wasabi knocked Pineda down, B-Dave knocked Wasabi down, then B-Dave wrestled Wasabi and they both went flying across the ring. I thought it was an entertaining fight personally. It got called a draw. I think at the time I had Alex Wasabi and Nick Lamau winning, because I think it was a back and forth. I do think it was a close fight because Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi started off strong. Then B Dave and Pineda, especially B Dave, in my personal opinion, really brought it back. I think Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi, if you were to give it to one side, I think they would have taken it. But I feel like a draw is fair. I just don't understand because they're supposed to be tag team titles. So now does B Dave and Pineda keep one belt and Wasabi and Lamau keep the other? I don't know. But I thought it was an entertaining fight. Next fight up, we got Wenderson Nunes versus my main Nate. Now this is one I was actually looking forward to, but I was actually not at the same time because they're both such nice guys. And I wanted to see them both win, but I knew they couldn't. So one of them had to lose. I think it was an entertaining fight. I think they both had different game plans. My mate Nate had the game plan of obviously staying behind the jab and, putting the jab, kind of putting combos together. Wenderson Nunes had, in my opinion, the better game plan, which was, yes, he was walking just with his hands up and he was taking shots, but Wenderson Nunes has a jaw, by the way. Yes, he was taking shots, but he was walking in. Wenderson Nunes was throwing different types of things. My mate Nate was kind of just throwing like this. Wenderson Nunes was literally coming in and he was throwing to the body, then throwing up top, and then throwing up top again. Wenderson Nunes was going boom, boom to the body, or boom, boom, boom. Wenderson Nunes was going to the body and the head. He worked that body like hell. You could tell it was a fact in my mate Nick, because Wenderson Nunes was working that body like it was on a 40-hour contract a week for minimum wage. That's the way he was working that body. My mate Nick came up with the victory. I'm not annoyed and I'm not angry because I do like my mate Nate. I like both of them. I'm not mad, but I do think it was the wrong call personally because I do think Nunes won it. But that's just my opinion. Then we move on to King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. Absolute snooze fest. I'm just going to go over it quickly. It's a real shame. I watched King Kenny on Kingpin fight the two people we were just talking about, Wenderson Nunes and my mate Nate. Completely dominated them, coming off his performance against Wenderson Nunes, which is arguably the most dominant performance in YouTube boxing. And it's not Kenny's fault. He just didn't get a chance to do anything because Anthony Taylor just hugged him and held him the whole time. And it's a shame because me and Shay were talking about this. I love Anthony Taylor as in the build up and shit. And Shay and Sohail was always like, why do you like him so much? I was like, he's just entertaining. He's that shit talker. He's that guy that just shit talk. But I said to them after this fight, I goes, do you see what I mean now? Because I always say this. I goes, I like him in the build-up, the story, the character, the promotion. But see, when it comes to fighting, I don't like watching him fight. He's an entertaining promotional guy, but he's not an entertaining fighter because all he does is hug. So I think that this was a bit of an issue because now AT has the belt and he's going to do that every fight. I'm going to make separate videos on everything, so I won't explain it too much, but that was a shame. Then we move on to Dean the Great versus Wally Sharks. I personally called this to be Fight of the Night countless times. I think it was Fight of the Night. Dean the Great fucking improved drastically. Wally Sharks dominated the last fight, and then Dean the Great landed that one big right hand. This fight, Wally Sharks started off strong. I thought it was going to be kind of similar. No, Dean the Great flipped it around and he beat Wally Sharks for most of the match, and it was only in the last round Wally Sharks really started to come back. He knocked Wally down, I think, twice, wobbled him countless times, then Wally wobbled Dean a few times, and then in the last one, Wally really caught Dean and he started going for him. The timer went up, but to be fair, Dean the Great, I really wanted Wally Sharks to win this fight personally, but I can't even hate because it's not like Wally went in there and, he got robbed. Dean the Great was just the far better boxer and fighter on that night. Dean the Great has improved drastically. I said this to my friends. I think the case scenario was, in the first fight, we saw Waleed was levels above Dean, but Dean had that dog in him, and that's what won him the fight with that right hand. And I said, I think this time around we realised Waleed and Dean, because he was below Waleed at that point, in my personal opinion, had more room for improvement. Yeah, he's with Malik Scott now, which, if you're with Malik Scott, you're going to do some fucking changes and you're going to get pretty good. So I think Dean the Great definitely deserved that win. 100% fight of the night, shout out to both of them. Dean the Great got fighter of the night, and I 100% agree with that. Then we move on to Slim versus Salt Poppy. Now this one, literally I said, if it's a boxing match, Salt Poppy wins. If it's a dog fight, Slim wins. It started off as a boxing match. Salt Poppy was beating Slim 3 rounds to nothing because it was a boxing match. Then Slim came back, turned it into a brawl, and knocked Salt Poppy out. he got the finish on him. This was the one I didn't know who I wanted to win, Saul Poppy Slim. But say, to be honest, I'm just happy it was a good fight. Saul Poppy showed his skill, but Slim showed that he got that dog in him. Slim said it every time. Slim showed he the hit man, he the shit man, and you about to get clipped, man. And he came in and Saul Poppy got clipped. Saul Poppy went from Saul Poppy to Pepper Daddy, someone says, and then he got peppered, unfortunately. But either way, great fight. I don't think this stops Saul Poppy. I think Saul Poppy comes back, fights more. I just think Slim proved that regardless, you could be beating him 9 rounds and there could be one more round left and he's still got a chance because he's going to find that grit and just come back for it. So it was a very entertaining fight and I heavily enjoyed it. Then we move on to co-main, Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. Now this one, I didn't think it was that good of a fight. I think a lot of people agree. Logan won. I personally think Logan took an L though, because in my opinion, and I said this and I will make a video on this, I think Logan had to get in there and either beat the living crap out of him or knock him clean out because of all the things Dylan Dennis said. And to me, the only thing Logan Paul proved in that fight was that he was a better boxer than Dylan Dennis, which we all knew because we know Dylan Dennis can't box for shit. But it was entertaining in some cases for the laugh because Dylan Dennis lay on the ground. He tried for the takedown, he tried to get Logan in a guillotine, and then he went and a whole brawl broke out after the fucking fight. And that was honestly highlight of the fight because the fight wasn't really that entertaining. But I do think Logan took an L for not doing that, but I'll get more into detail of that. Then we'll move on to the main event, controversial one. I'm going to make my own video on this because I want to rewatch the fight and see what I think. When I counted it, in the moment, I think I had Tommy winning by that 1 point. I think I agreed with the judges. But I said to Shane Sohail, I'm one of those ones. See when you're emotionally invested, I want the KSI to win so badly, like a lot of other people. I said, so when I'm emotionally invested and I really want someone to win, sometimes I can't focus properly. When Gibb and Jarvis fought, I wanted Gibb to win so bad that I was literally just like, when Jarvis hit him twice, I was like, oh shit, Gibb's losing, he's going to get knocked out, when it wasn't the case. When KSI and Tommy when Tommy won a round, I was like, oh shit, this is turning, Tommy's going to beat him. Now, I'm one of those people because I wanted KSI to put it off so badly. But I think KSI won the first, obviously the point deduction, all that, the controversy, but I'll make my own video on it. So in this, we got the Swarms knockout, which was crazy. We got a good-ass tag team, which I would actually like a rematch of that. We got a boring fight in AT and all that, which was a shame. The My Mate Nate Nunes one, wrong call personally, but I think that they definitely, I want them to keep on Misfits. We got the reveal of Jarvis being the main event for this Misfits event, which I'm very excited for. We got the Logan Paul Dylan Dennis one, which wasn't that entertaining, but I guess Logan got the W, his first ever W, and a brawl broke out. KSI Tommy Fury, the controversy. Dean the Great versus Wally Sharks, the great rematch. And we got Slim versus Saul Poppy, we got the answer, and we got the KO, Slim knocking out Saul Poppy. So this event basically had everything. There were some disappointments, I will say. But, you know, either way, that's how events go. The Prime card was good. Like I said, I want to make an individual video for the KSI Tommy, for the Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis, for the Slim versus Saul Poppy. I want to make individual videos, constantly talking just on that topic, so that's what I will do. As you can tell, I'm in the new apartment. I've eventually moved house. I handed in the keys today, so that means I'm going to get back into making content consistently, thank God, and that's what I'm going to be doing. But you can let me know down below, what would you rate this card of all the Misfits events? Do you think this was the best card? Do you think it lived up to the hype? Do you think it was disappointment? Let me know in the comments down below. But just, this was my reaction to the Prime card. I'll do individual videos. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are thinking positive, test negative. Hope you all have an amazing day. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. So, peace. Fearless.